Hey guys, and welcome back to Twilight Princess. We now have all three parts of the fused shadow, so let's go shove them in Xant's twilight lit face. Oh, hey Xant, didn't notice you there.
Man, we couldn't even finish our intro and shit's going down. Way to go, Twilight Princess, I like this pace.
This is a great cutscene.
Like how the spirit's like, I'm going to bite you with my mouth already full of light.
And Xant does not give a shit. Piss off.
God damn.
Just how powerful is this guy? He's like in front of a gigantic ball of light and he's not even quivering.
These are the questions that are supposed to be going on in your mind during these cutscenes. All the build-up with Xant is so good that it's quite a shame what the payoff ends up being.
Also, he has telekinesis as well.
Oh, maybe it's psychokinesis, Tom.
Ugh, it's no use. Take this, Xant.
Where were those things?
You bought this from a Twilight garage sale? Fuck off.
That's another cool thing. There's so much with this cutscene that just shows how futile everything you've done has been. Like, we put our life on risk. We stabbed a giant fish in the eyeball to get just one of those, and he tossed all three like they were garbage.
Keep in mind, if you're like playing it casually, you'll be like well over 9 hours into the game at this point, and this guy just comes along and tosses all your hard work aside. It's actually quite intimidating.
Oh, once again, the Ash Ketchum way of solving your problems has failed.
Ash running up and trying to like punch Mew in the face is still the hype as shit. Plot point. Plot point.
Get it out! That's gross!
Literally a plot point entering Link's wolf head.
Oh no! You didn't tell me there were lobotomies in this game, now Wolf Link is brain dead.
Now that cutscene before, where Link was turning evil, that's slightly psychological. This is straight up creepy. The music in the background, Midna right here, and this.
Yeah, see, this is super... Ew.
Ew.
You taste like a liar.
Fun fact, you know those teeth on like the mouth of the helmet? I actually thought those were like bits of hair. So for the longest time, I thought it actually was going to be a Dark Link under that helmet.
That would have been so... That would have made the cutscene actually plot relevant and made me not hate it just as much. Like, why can't Dark Link be a main character? Why has he always just been, random boss who pops out of nowhere? Like, there's so many good plot points that you could use Dark Link for.
That's gonna smart like a son of a bitch. Is this guy like even aware that he's doing this to Midna?
I got the impression that Xant was telekinetically controlling both of them. Like the light spirit was trying not to do. He's like, nope, don't make me do it, and then nope, toasted.
Now just to turn around and kill the wolf who is gone. Well, that's this afternoon ruined.
Yeah, because there was no way in hell we were standing up to that guy.
Yeah, sometimes it's best to run away and live to fight another day.
Light spirits just wanting to teleport me all over the damn place.
Kinda gave Midna what for before doing so. Maybe you could have skipped the beating with light and skipped straight to teleportation.
White is not a good color on Midna. Not at all.
It's the colour of death, I think.
In Japanese culture.
What culture created the Zelda series, mate?
Anton, as you well know, video games come from Japan. And nowhere else.
Nowhere else. Elder Scrolls, purely Japanese, not a hint of Western blood in them. This song right here, Midna's Lament, well, for one, I chose it as the title, and two, fantastic bit of music, which, and I'm going to have to paraphrase Matthew Matosis again here, the game apparently does not think is important enough to play constantly. Every time you go near an enemy, like here for example, this is a new type of enemy, not sure of their name, I'm sure Mexi will fill us in later, but the enemy encounter theme will encroach on Midna's Lament, and basically ruin any kind of atmosphere they were trying to set up.
I always thought the name of the song was Midna's Desperate Hour. Maybe it's just a translation difference, because there's a lot of weird name differences between the European and American versions of this game, but they're really small.
I've always known it as Midna's Lament, but we can quibble on song titles later, I guess. For the time being, we gotta get Midna to Zelda as fast as possible.
Yeah, this is also one of the full music tracks that are really memorable in the Twilight Princess soundtrack. Like, we've been talking about, the sound design, sound cues, the stinger. None of these have been full-on tracks, but Midna's Desperate Hour, yeah, that's definitely the centerpiece of the Twilight Princess soundtrack. And this part 2 also, it's kind of touching on a gameplay mechanic that Nintendo originally wanted Twilight Princess to heavily focus on, was interacting with the everyday animals that just exist. You know, pets, just animals all over the place, and using them as your resources like you would normally use town people. It doesn't end up going that far, but during this section, it's as close as you're gonna get.
Nice touch with the door being open, because obviously Midna, being incapacitated, it cannot use her hand, so cannot open the door, cannot utilize the doorknob.
Also, it's supposed to be inviting. It's the only light source that you got in the rest of the town. You're like, oh, good, someone will help me. No, no help for you. Yeah, Louise being Telma's cat, which you think she would bring with her when she went to Kakariko, but I guess she just left her here to fend for herself.
Well, the cat handles the bar, you know, it takes the money, rings the till and such.
And weird thing is that there's concept art of the leader of the Gorons, Darbus, with Louise, so maybe she was also intended to be his pet, which I think is hilarious. Like, you got this giant ass patriarch of the Gorons, and he has a chubby kitty.
Oh, that's a classic trope of having like a big tough guy be a hidden softy.
I don't care if it's classic or not, it's still a good trope.
A stealth section as a quadruped. This should go over well.
Well, you have a lower field of vision, so maybe this will work, or maybe this will go terribly, horribly wrong.
Midna, can you, like, not gasp as much when we enter the bar? I know you're, like, dying and whatnot, but I'm only asking.
For the love of God, just die quieter. Maybe that Goron was meant to be, like, her temporary, owner, or guardian.
Well, he could be, the bar's bodyguard.
Yeah, you would think that the Gorons, that would be a pretty good industry for them. I'd hire a giant rock man to guard my shit. Nothing. That's the joke. The knights don't do a damn thing.
Incompetent bastards. And I'd be very careful with these jars, by the way. If you knock one off, the people below will notice you and throw you out.
Love that. Because, you know, if you've played a Zelda game, the three things you want to do is cut grass, break pots, and go into dungeons.
Subverted trope.
There you go, once again showing that the Link in this is not Hyrulean.
Or Dodian.
There you go. Which, I finally figured out what the difference was. Hylian is the race, Hyrulean is the demonin. So they're actually two different things.
Oh, it's a Poe, kill it!
It's actually a really well-designed Poe. I love how they look in this game. Even though there's some beta concept art where they look way scarier. And I guess they had to soften them up a bit.
Tone it down, yeah, I've seen that shit. They are really, really creepy. He has emerald nipples, Megsu. And his cat is a golden hat right now.
That is up there with golden nipples. But yeah, if the light bug fetch quest wasn't good enough for you, you have a worldwide fetch quest. This one also, you could also say is the parallel to the Gold Skulltula, because this one actually does remove a curse. This guy, he's punished for his greed by becoming a golden statue. And so you just gotta bring all the post souls to him? Which, I don't get it. If you're being punished for your greed, how is making you immobile gonna teach you any sort of lesson?
Yeah, and regarding the Poe hunting quest, kinda nasty, because is there any way to change from night to day, or the other way around, like really quickly?
Well, I guess you could find the Wind Waker in the game's code and try and do the Song of Passing.
But seriously.
I don't think so.
Well, guess you'll just have to play the waiting game.
How would you like to get even closer to the spiders?
I'd rather not, mate. I don't want to be chewing on no tarantula.
I don't know, dude. After seeing the giant light bug, I'm pretty unfazed by these guys now. You gotta include some of your puzzle solving in your very emotional scene.
Fuck you, and fuck you especially.
You're cool, fuck you, peace, I'm out.
What we're basically doing here is lighting torches so we can get closer to the web that you can see up there.
It's a Zelda game. If you see an unlit torch, you should already be pulling fire out. Like, instinctively.
And obviously we can't utilize our lantern here, so we'll have to make do with these.
And the game doesn't even have fire arrows.
Disgraceful. Well, bomb arrows more than make up for it, let's be honest, dude.
They are the best of arrows. Just got like some random stragglers under the city.
What are they even guarding? The skulls?
I honestly think they're left behinds. They tried to invade Castletown, failed miserably. I assume the knights maybe did a thing, and these are the stragglers left behind hiding in the sewers.
What are they gonna do? Piss in Hyrule's water?
Slowly but surely killing the people. That's the real way to invade a country.
Quick men, attack Lake Hylia. They'll have no defense against it. The Zoras are all pussies.
This part should look very, very familiar.
Seems so long ago when we were here.
Yeah, I wanna say couple months.
A few months at the very least.
Man, we've come such a long way. We got some stones, and they got thrown away. We got friends with Midna, and then she got hurt. Oh, we saved the Gorons and the Zoras, but they're probably still gonna get killed anyways. What have we accomplished again?
Twilight Princess is just a game of give and take, really.
Yeah, gives pain, takes happiness.
Bulbins aren't the smartest race we've ever encountered.
None of the mooks are the smartest race. That's their whole purpose. I mean, you gotta definitely admit that they're smarter than the goblins in the forest.
Well, they were always meant to be like wild berserkers, so it makes sense that they'd be kinda dumb.
Meanwhile, the Bulbins have organized military strategy? Oh.
Well, they're more like bandits than anything. They know how to work in a group.
True. Love the weather effects going on here, but does the wind actually affect you?
Well, it raises and lowers the bridge.
The flying enemies are less of a pain when they're not making a disturbing ass noise that sends a chill down my spine.
Don't try this when the wind isn't blowing, the obvious will happen. It's funny how they had to kind of change this route, since you don't have access to Midna.
Yeah, well, they also had to have the flying enemies come a bit lower, stay low for a bit longer, since now you can't do the Midna charge.
Can't go see the princess without being fully stocked on hearts.
Here, Midna, take this heart. It should make you feel better.
I said, eat the fucking heart! Oh great, we came all this way and she's not even here.
Damn it, I wanted to see that robe again. Did she just, like, fall off, or what happened there?
I didn't hear any plonk. There's Zelda.
That purple scarf, obviously alluding to Hyrule Warriors coming out.
Mate, this game came out in like 2005, 2006. I don't think Nintendo is that capable of seeing into the future. If they did, they wouldn't make consoles and handhelds the way they do.
Oh. I was gonna give Nintendo the benefit of the doubt. This is another one of those cutscenes that, similar to Taming Epona, you can be in the wrong form for, and it has hilarious results.
Hilarious and terrifying.
Yeah, it depends. It is pretty nightmare fuelish. I mean, all you have to do is picture Human Link crunched and smashed into something that resembles a wolf, sort of, and he has a hand sticking out of his face, for one, and then his ear is towards the back. It's disturbing, but so funny. And for a while, it actually had benefits. It was actually part of the route. But now it's not, and now Twilight Princess speedrunning suffers because of it.
Now to get back to the point, yes, she has a bit of the Triforce, and we have to go get the Master Sword again. It's that point in a 3D Zelda.
We are finally Zelda.
Can you bring me an ambulance or something? I'm dying here.
Help! Need scotch!
I just have an image in my mind of a giant-ass portal opening and just a rickety-ass ambulance coming through.
I can see Midna just getting so tired of everyone's bullshit. Like, please stop talking. Dying, opens portal, just sends a meteorite on everyone, killing them all. If I'm going down, you're going down with me, fuckers. I understand how in the beginning of the game, when the castle was covered in twilight, why Zelda really wasn't doing much. But we got rid of the twilight in this area, yet she's still just doing nothing. What's her excuse?
Keeping herself safe. She's a figurehead, mostly. You know, a morale booster.
And you can't even say that, oh, she's hiding from the enemy because she's hiding in the castle. Yeah, genius place to hide.
Apparently the Triforce of Wisdom allows you to pass on your life force to heal other people.
And what would the Triforce of Courage do? Allows you to make tasty snacks at the drop of the hat?
Sit for an entire Hellfire Comms playthrough about Wretched.
Oh man.
The ultimate power. It's nice to have you back, Midna. I missed your default colour palette.
But what did you do with the other girl? Bring her back. I love her shit got real face. So good.
And indeed shit has gotten real, so please join us next time when we journey back to Farron Woods and journey to get the Master Sword. See you then.